And hey everybody, this is your main man, adelthesuper here, and I've been getting, now that the channel's starting to get a little bigger, starting to get a little notice now, I've been getting questions non-stop with my Discord about the game, but one of the main questions is, how do you do online Mugen, since Mugen has always been a local co-op game. You've only been able to play on the same computer in your house. Well, there's a way around that now where you can play with people in different countries, different states. You know, you guys don't have to be in the same room anymore. So I'm gonna do a short tutorial and I'm just gonna show you guys how it's done. So of course the first step is you need this software called Parsec. Pretty much Parsec is a streaming software. Yes, there are a lot of streaming software, but Parsec is one of the best ones because when it actually streams the game to someone else's computer, it's actually crystal clear, it's 60 FPS, it's nice and smooth. If you got a great connection too, that's a plus. So the game looks amazing on the other person's end. So pretty much Parsec will stream any couch game or local co-op game to someone else's computer. So first step is you're going to need to download Parsec. I'm pretty sure all of you that have had a computer for more than a year know how to download stuff by now. You just hit the download now button and then you follow the steps to install. It's pretty much just like Discord. Like the layout and the scheme is just like Discord. Once you have Parsec installed and you make an account, this is how Parsec is going to look when you first open it up. So as you see, these are my friends that are currently online. I can connect to their computers. Now, the good thing is, there's like a doorbell system. So if you connect to someone's computer, you gotta ring the doorbell first, you know, and they have to give you permission to join their computer. This is so people aren't just randomly joining in and then they start trolling you. So it has that doorbell system where before you can enter someone else's computer, you have to get permission from the host. But we'll go back to that in a sec. First, I'm going to show you the settings that you want to have on Parsec. So let's go to settings. So now, if you're not the host, but you're connecting to the host, you're going to want to set your settings for client. You want to fix up your settings in client. So window mode is pretty much if you want the stream in full or window mode. Also, there's no delay in the stream. There is no delay unless your connection sucks. If your connection sucks, I mean, if the host connection sucks, then you'll have delay. But if the host has a good connection, the game won't have delay or lag. Anyway, so yeah, window mode, you know, full screen window mode if you wanted in that. All this other stuff I wouldn't worry about. Decoder, make sure your graphics card is selected. Renderer, Direct 11, 9, whichever one you have. OpenGL. I forgot which one's the best one. VSync I like to keep off because having VSync on will increase the latency. You want the latency low, not high. If it's too high, that's when you start having issues. You want to keep the latency low. So I would recommend keeping VSync off. I wouldn't worry about this stuff. You can just leave this all off. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It tells you here, but these aren't really that important. Discord status, this is just to show if you're in Parsec or not on Discord. That's up to you if you want that on or off. Now let's move on to host. So now if you're hosting a server, this is where the settings are super important because you want everybody that joins to, you know, have the best experience. Like, you don't want to half-ass this and then they see pixelated games or it's blurry or the game just looks like complete shit. So hosting enable, of course you gotta enable if you want people to connect to your computer. Host name, set the name of what you want your computer to be. Now resolution is important. Depending on your connection or the game you're playing, that's what you should set the resolution at. I have it as 1366 by 768. Because Mugen, I mean, it's only 720 HD. It doesn't go to 1080. You could set the settings to 1080, but it's not actually 1080 resolution. The characters are 16-bit, they're bit characters. So I keep the resolution at a standard 1366 by 768. You could choose to put it 920 1080, but it will choke the stream a little bit. Like I said, this depends on your connection. bandwidth limit, I have it at the max because I have really good internet connection. Now some of you may have like that 20 megabits, 15 megabits a second. Honestly, if you don't have more than 50 megabits a second, you'll be pushing it streaming games to other people's computers. You might be okay with people in the same city, in the same state, but different states, different countries, it might choke out a little bit because you need a really strong connection. I recommend at least 50 as the minimum, but for bandwidth limit, I like to put it at the max. It's up to you if you want to put it any lower. I keep it at the max so that I know that the people are seeing it crystal clear. FPS, honestly, I would just leave this at 60. You know, 60 is the average one. It's really good, looks good. Put it any higher, and then not everybody has 120 FPS or 144 FPS screen. So streaming any more than 60, I mean, it might be good for you, but it might be not good for the client, for whoever is connected to your server. Monitor, you know, just select the monitor you're trying to stream. Echo canceling, definitely keep that on if you're using Discord to voice chat with everybody, or else you're gonna get an echo. Virtual game type, I mean, the default on a computer is always Xbox 360. Even if you connect a PS3 controller, you still gotta use emulator or something to turn that controller into Xbox controls. So I would just leave this on 360. Now, next step, approved apps. This has been a question that people have been having problems with. If you have approved apps off, it's gonna stream your whole desktop, which is also gonna choke the stream a little bit too, because streaming your whole desktop takes up more than just streaming the game itself. So I recommend and plus there might be stuff you don't want people to see or people to mess with because when someone joins your computer, you have a choice to give them control of the gamepad, a keyboard, and the mouse. Let's say you gave them control of the keyboard, but now they can see everything on your screen. They can really mess with your computer, and you don't want that. So do approved apps, only stream the things that you want people to see. So if you only want to stream Mugen, then only stream Mugen. You checkmark Mugen, and it will only stream that screen. It will not stream your whole desktop. When you click off of the game, like click off to the side, on the other person's end is going to say the host is doing something else right now until you click back on the screen. Always keep approved apps on. Don't stream your whole desktop. Network settings, you want to have UPN on. Hotkeys, that's up to you to mess with. Gamepad, you can mess with that. An account, oh, whoops. All account is just, there's some stuff you can't edit on your account settings that you have to do through the web, like your avatar and stuff, but you can figure that out. Alright, so I'm now going through the settings. Let's go back to computers. So now, if you want someone to join your computer so that they can play the game, of course you need to add them as a friend. So add that person as a friend. This is what they're going to see on their end. They're going to see your computer and then they're going to connect. You're going to hit connect, and then on their end it's going to ask, do you want this person to join? Accept or decline. Do you want them to, as the host, if you want them to join, you hit accept, and then you have 3 options to give them control over a gamepad, a keyboard, or a mouse. So now, just a quick tip to everybody, do not do 2 players on a keyboard. I had an issue in the past on Parsec where if you try to get 2 people on the keyboard at the same time, it causes delay between inputs because it's trying to register both people on keyboards. So if you're playing any games you're doing local co-op, any co-op games or anything, only one person gets to use the keyboard. Everybody else has to use gamepads. That's a fact. You don't want to put 2 people on the keyboard. One person on keyboard, everyone else on gamepads. Everybody connect their controllers and they play off those. Or whatever they have, fight stick or any of that. One person on keyboard. Mouse, I usually never want to give the mouse control to someone else because they can really mess with your computer. They're not a good friend. Honestly, you don't have a reason to really give anybody the mouse control unless you're playing a split screen FPS where you need the mouse. So after the person is connected to your computer, You just open up Mugen, and then they'll have control on what they want to do. They'll be able to move around and stuff. But anyway, that was just a short explanation how I do the Mugen co-op. I mean, it's pretty simple, pretty easy. If you have any more questions, just go to my Discord and hit me up with a message and I'll help you set up. Other than that, enjoy your day, everybody.